Substitution method, it, it says that we substitute value of one variable, right? Yeah. We substitute value of one variable into other equation. So in this question, we have already been given y equals to x plus 3, which is value of y, right? In terms of x. The value of y is given in terms of x. We can substitute this value of y in this equation. So what we will get 5 times x plus 3 minus 4 times x plus 6. Right? Now we will open the bracket 5 times x, 5x plus 5 times 3 is 15 minus 4x equals to 16. Now we can uh, have the same terms, 5x and 4x. They will give you x only. And we will move this 15 to the other side. So 16 minus 15. It's going to be 1. Right? Well, now we are going back
Yes, sir.
to substitute this value into this given value of y in terms of x. So we will have y equals to 1 plus 3, that will be 4. Okay. Uh, let's do the second question, which says that y minus x equals to 7 and 3y minus 8x equals to 6. This time we have not been given any variable, right? Or value of the variable, right? So we have to make one variable a subject, right? So it's better to make y subject from this equation. So now I have to shift this x to the right hand side or to the other side. I will get 7 plus x, and I will substitute this value in this given equation. So therefore, I will have 3 times 7 plus x minus 8 times x equals to 6, right? So 3 times 7 is going to be 21. 3 times x is 3x minus 8x equals to 6. So we'll be having 3x minus 8x is going to be minus 5x plus 21 equals to 6. Now we can move 6 to the left hand side and move this 5x to the right hand side, right? So 21 minus 6 equals to positive 5x. And 21 minus 6 is going to be 15 equals to 5x. Therefore, 5x equals to 15. We can write it this way as well. So 15 by 5 will have 3. Right?
So you can give me 1 minute to write this.
Right. Okay. Now, again, we have to go back and substitute the value of x in this equation. Right? So we will get y equal to 7 plus 3, right? We will substitute the value of x, which is 3, we have found out. So we have to go back and we will substitute over there. Y equals to 10. So we have found out the value of x and value of y. Here. So this means solving these two equations means that you have found out the solution set that shows when these two lines intersect, when these two lines intersect each other, so the point that they intersect is going to be 3 comma 10, right? Okay. And when these two lines intersect, so they will have the common point, one comma. Now let's do question number 8. Question number 8 says x over 2y equals to 3 and 5x minus 12y equals to 9. Okay, so again we have to follow the same step. We have to separate out one variable, right? So the thing which is easy for me, I can make x subject, right? So I have to move this 2y to the other side. So it will get multiplied with 3. So it becomes x equals to 3 times 2y is going to be 6y, right? Now I am going to take this x equals to 6y and I will substitute over here. So what will we get? We get 5 times 6y minus 12y equals to 9, right? Okay, now we have to open this bracket. 5 times 6 is going to be 30. 30y minus 12y equals to 9. So now these two terms are the like terms. So what we get, 18y equals to 9. Now I have to make y subject. I have to drop this 18 to the other side. So it becomes in the denominator, right? So 9 by 18, it will be 1 by 2, right? Now, this y equals to 1 by 2 is going to be substituted over there, right? So we get x equals to 6 times value of y, which is 1 upon 2, right? So 6 times 1 by 2 is going to be 3. Okay, 2 times 1, 2 times 3. 3 times 1 is 3. Right? Again, we have got the common point. When these two lines intersect each other, when they cut out each other, so they will have the common point, which is going to be 3 comma 1 by 2. Okay? Clear? 3 comma 1 by 2. Now we have the other part of the same section, which is the elimination method. Okay? Elimination method. In this method, what we do is, I'm going to take question number 10. We have 3x plus 4y equals to 25. And another equation is given 5x plus 3y equals to 27. Right? Now, if you look at the coefficients, what are the coefficients? The numbers, which is in the product form with the variable, right? They are called coefficients. This is called coefficient of x. Okay? And here this is called coefficient of y. Now, if you look at the coefficients, so in the first equation, which is 3x plus 4y equals to 25, and the second equation, which is 5x plus 3y equals to 27. So what if I choose one variable, right? And I make the coefficient same. And then I can subtract these two equations. Either I can subtract or I can add, depending on the scenario, what is the sign which is there. with each number, right? That I have to cancel out. So the thing that I have to do is we have to choose one variable and we have to cancel both of the equations by either subtracting or by doing addition. Okay. Now, if you look at these two equations, so what I can do, I can make um, this is my choice that I'm doing here. I'm going to make 3x and 5x equal, right? So how will it be possible? I will I'll multiply this equation. Let me call this equation number one. Let me call this equation number one. Let me call this equation number two. Okay. Right now, multiplying equation one by five and multiplying equation two by three. Right. So equation one will be 5 times 3x minus, so plus 4y equals to 25. And equation 2, 3 times 5x plus 3y equals to 27, right? So now we have to open this bracket. So 5 times 3 is going to be 15x. 5 times 4 is 20y. 5 times 25 is going to be 125, right? Similarly, this equation will become 15x. 3 times 3 is going to be 9. And 3 times 27 is going to be 3. So 1 and 3 times 2, 6. So it's going to be 81, right? All right. Now,
Yeah, 81.
now if you look at these two numbers, they have become, same, right? Now, look at their sign. Each has the same sign, like positive and positive way here. So what we have to do, whenever the numbers that you have made same and they have the same sign, so you have to subtract the equations in order to cancel them out or in order to eliminate. Okay, right? So if I want to eliminate x, so what I will be doing, I have to subtract these equations. So I'll be getting 15x, 20y, 125, and 15x, 9y equals to 81. Now I have to subtract. When I'm going to subtract, make sure you always change the sign. If it is positive, you have to make it negative. If it is positive, you have to make it negative. If it is positive, if it is positive, you have to make it negative, right? So whenever you are going to subtract, remember the sign of each number has to be changed, right? If it is positive, it should become negative. If it is negative, it should become positive. Now, the actual sign of this 15x is negative. The actual sign of 9y is negative. Actual sign of 81 has become negative, right? Since we are performing the subtraction operation between these two equations, therefore we have uh, made the changes with each number, right? Now you can see here that 15x is positive and 15x is negative, so they are going to be cancelled out. Similarly, 20y and 9 is written with a negative sign. So 20 minus 9 is going to be 11, right? 11y. Okay? And what should be the answer when you subtract 81 from 125? What will you get?
44.
34? Are you sure?
44.
Okay. 44, right. Okay, so I have to drop this 11 down. So I will get y equals to 4. Okay, then y equals to 4. Clear? Right? This is how we have found out one value of one variable, right? Or we have found out the value of the one variable, and we are going to work for the value of other variable. Okay. Now, what we can do, we can substitute this value we have just found out in any of the equation which is given over here. Okay. Either you can substitute in equation 1 or you can substitute in equation 2. So I'm going to substitute in equation number 1. Okay. In equation 1, I'm substituting the value of y. So 3x 4 times y, which is 4, equals to 25. So 3x 4 times 4 is going to be 16 equals to 25. 16 is going to be shifted. 3x 25 minus 16. So it becomes 25 minus 16 is going to be 9, right? So 9 by 3, we get 3. So this is another method to solve the equations, right? Is this clear? Is this elimination method clear to everyone? Yes. Okay, all right. Now I'm going to do question number 18. Here we go. The question is 2x equals to 3 times 10 plus 3y and 5y equals to 2 times 3x minus 1. Right? So first of all, we have to open the bracket, right? So 2x equals to 3 times 10 and 3 times 3y. So 3 times 10 is going to be 30. 3 times 3 is going to be 9y, right? And we have another equation that has to be expanded as well. So 2 times 3 is going to be 6x. 2 times 1 is 2, right? Now we can write this equation in this form. 2x minus 9y minus 30 equals to 0. We can also write in this way. And similarly, we can do the same thing with this equation. We can shift this 5y to the other side. So it becomes minus 5y. Okay. Over here, it is positive when you shift it. So it becomes negative 5y. And then negative 2 equals to 0. Again, we got two equations. Let me call equation number 1 and equation number 2. Yep. So I have to apply the elimination method to solve these equations, right? So now I have to look to both of the equations and I have to figure out which I can make. I mean, both of the variables can be possible to be same, right? So any one you can choose. Either you can choose x and make them same in both of the equations, or you can choose y and then both of the y can be made same, right, in both of the equations. Okay. So again, I'm going to make x same, right? So this 2x and 3x, sorry, 6x, I'm going to make it same, right? So since what I know that I can make 6, right? I can make this 6, right? So what number should I multiply with the equation number 1? What number should be multiplied? I have to multiply with 3, right?
3.
This is clear? Yeah. So
Yeah.
multiplying equation 1 by 3 only. And then we will get you will get our intended output, right? So 3 times 2 is going to be 6x, 3 times 9 is going to be 27y, 3 times 30 is going to be 90 equals to 0, right? Now, we have found out that this this number, which is 6x, and this number, which is also 6x, they're equal, right? Now, what we can do, we can subtract them out. Why? Because they both are equal and they both have the same sign. So 6x minus 5y minus 2 equals to 0. So I have just told you this thing that whenever you subtract, you always have to change the sign. Since the sign of 6x is positive, we have to make it negative, right? If it is negative, we have to make it positive. If it is negative, we have to make it positive, right? Okay, now we can do the calculation. Since 6x is positive and over here the 6x is negative, so therefore they are cancelled out, right? Now minus 27 and plus 5 is going to be minus 22, right? And minus 90 and plus 2 is going to be minus 88 equals to 0. Okay? Now, we have to make y subject. Therefore, what I can do is minus 20 or 22 y equals to 88 and then drop this 22 to the denominator. So it's going to be minus 22. So y equals to minus 44, right? Yes. Now,
Yes.
you have to follow the same step. We have to repeat it. We are going to, once we find out value of one variable, so in order to find out the value of other variable, we can substitute the value of one variable into any given equation, right? Okay, so again, I'm going to choose equation number one. Okay, it's not necessary that you always go with equation one. It's about you, right? Okay. You can decide any equation, you can substitute to any equation. So 2 times x minus 9 times y. Value of y is minus 34. Minus 30 equals to 0. So 2x, yes. What is the, when you multiply these two numbers, what will you get? 9 times 44.
396.
396. Minus times minus is going to be positive, minus 30. And when you subtract when you subtract 30 from 396, so what will you get? Okay. And then, yeah, we have to shift this 366 to the other side and drop this 2 down. And so we get, what should we get? 366 by 2? 183?
Yeah.
Okay. So again, we have found the values where the two lines are intersecting at minus 183 and at minus 44. Is this clear now? Yes, is this clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
All right. Now the next is section 2, the given worksheet, and it is basic factorization. Okay. Now the first question. All right. So let me start with the third one. 9m plus 7mn. So the basic rule for the factorization, remember, whenever we have an equation to factorize, we have to think about if there is any common, right? So look at any a number or you can think about any variable which is common. So, do you think that any variable is common? Since m is coming in both of the terms, right? M is coming in both of the terms, so we can take m common, right?
Yeah.
Whenever you take any number common, right? So always use put a bracket after writing down that number which you think that is common, right? So m has been taken common, so you take m out, and then nine is left. M has already been taken out, so there's no need to write m again inside the bracket. And look at the sign, the plus sign is there. If you have taken minus sign, so remember the same concept is applicable, right? That you always alter, you always change the sign. If you have taken negative sign as a common, right? Now 7 is there, m is already taken common, so n is left. So here we go. We have got the answer. Okay. Now, let's do question number. mm, Okay, let's do question number 8, which is 21y minus 14y squared. Now, again, you can see that look at the coefficient 21 and 14. Is there any number which can divide this 21 and 14? Is there any number which can divide both of these two numbers, 21 and 14? So we have 7, right? And you can see here y is common, right? So therefore I can put y here. So I will get what times 7 is 21. So 7 times 3 is 21. And y has already been taken common, so there's no need to write y again inside the bracket. Minus sign is 0. 7 times 2 is 14, and 1 y has been taken common, therefore 1 y is left inside the bracket. So you have got this expression factorized. Okay. Now we have another math equation. Sorry, it's not equation, it's an expression, right? So we have another expression. In question number 11, it is 8x squared y plus 7x y squared, right? Now, since you can see here that there is no number common um, between 8 and 7, but if you look at the variables, x squared and x, so x is common in both of the terms, right? In both of the terms, x is common. Therefore, I have written x. I have taken x, one x common, right? And one y is also required to be taken common, right? Now, we're left with 8. 8 and x and y both have been taken common. So therefore, I'm not going to write x. Sorry, I'm not going to write y because y is a 1 here. But if you look at x, so we have x squared. X squared means x into x. So if you have taken one x out, so you are left with one x, inside the bracket. So you have to write x inside this bracket. Then you have to write 7. One x had already been taken common. Y, again, y square is here. So y times y. So if you have taken one y out, so one y is left inside the bracket. Yeah. So we have got this expression factorized. Now we have another thing, another the question. Let me do question number 18. 9n minus 18 minus mn plus 2n, right? Now, if you look at the two numbers, right? Uh, First of all, you can take comment from each term, but you have seen that there is no common in all the four terms. But if you divide the two, if you make the pairs, so we can make common, right? So nine, if you take nine common, uh, if you take nine common, so n, 9 times what is 18? 2, right? Similarly, you can take m common because you can see m and m. It's common, right? So what I'm going to do, be careful. This time minus is there, so I'm going to put minus here. And the moment I write m here, I will put a bracket and then I will write n. Look at the sign of n. I have made n positive. Why? Because over there, mn is in negative. Once I write negative sign after the bracket, I have to change the sign of the number, which is going to be written inside the bracket, right? So this plus sign is also need to be changed, and then two is going to be here. Now we are left with these two brackets common. So we will write n minus 2 that's common bracket and then 9 minus n.